A friend told me a story once. It was of a man who was thrown in jail into a small 6 by 6 foot cage for disobeying the government. He was in there alone in the dark and given only scraps a day. Every day he would cry out to the guards for help and yell about how bad it was in there. After a month, the guard opens the door and asks the man how the jail cell was. The man cried and told the guard how terrible it was in that cage. The guard said, "If you think that was bad, here's another person to share this cage with you." He then threw another man in this tiny cage. The cage was getting smaller and smaller. Now he had to share the scraps with the other men in the cell. Now there were two people going insane. They fought and cried and prayed. When the guard opened the door a month later, he asked the men how the conditions were. They cried and yelled about how horrible it was. The guard said, "If you think that was bad, here's a dog to share the cage with you." So now there are two men and a dog stuffed in a small cage. The cage is shrinking in Egypt. When the guard takes away the other man and the dog, the original man is grateful to have that cage. Lions aren't meant to be caged.